Hello, it says Ace Combat Fan here. I'm making this video to both new players and people who have been subscribed to my channel for a long time. And I want to talk about how it's gonna be my spoilers policy for Ace Combat 7. And I say this because we're getting closer to the release date. New details about the game will come and I'll tell how it will be handled, at least in my channel here on YouTube. So before we get into how I'm gonna handle, I want to go through my definition of spoilers, which will be something that affects your experience when you play the game. It's some kind of knowledge or knowing a fact before you're supposed to know that would either ruin or minimize or affect negatively your experience in Ace Combat 7. This is just for Ace Combat 7, okay? Not any other game. So in Ace Combat 7, we have three types of game, of modes. We have the story, we have the multiplayer, and we have the VR. I'm gonna start first with multiplayer because from what I have seen on multiplayer, I mean, there's not gonna be anything of spoilers, nothing that's gonna affect your enjoyment. I think especially for the people who are gonna get Ace Combat on PC because they'll be delayed, you might be interested in seeing the multiplayer details. I will not be doing anything with multiplayer details on my channel. I'll just post them like regular, no problem. I don't think there's anything bad if you find out about them. In terms of VR, I did play Mission 1 and Mission 2, and to be honest, the story it's not a big thing in VR. I think I already expected this since the beginning. It's just a new kind of arcade mode. You just go there for the fun. Basically, the story is Free Erusia attacks the Allies again for a second time. And they call Mobius 1 to teach those kids a lesson. Again. Like, seriously, that Mobius 1 is teaching the Erusians a lesson for the third time. In case you don't know, Mobius 1 is the protagonist in Ace Combat 4. He also appears in Ace Combat 5, where he destroys Free Erusia for the first time. And now he's going to appear in Ace Combat 7, destroying Free Erusia for the second time. So, in Ace Combat VR, the VR mode of Ace Combat 7, there really isn't much story or details to be spoiled. So I'll be posting VR videos like fine, like also no prior warning to you because honestly there's nothing there in terms of story. Okay, gameplay it's pretty good on the other hand. And lastly, the story mode. Now here's where it gets very tough. Because I actually, when I was in the event in San Francisco, I ended up seeing bits and pieces of the first parts of the game in the story mode. And it's something I regret having seen. But when I say I regret having seen, I don't say the game is bad. I just think that what I've seen will affect when I play the game for real. Like, you know, it's part of that magic of playing the game for the first time that you really can, it only happens once. I recall a YouTube comment, I think one of my Ace Combat 5 soundtracks. Someone said, the worst thing about Ace Combat is that you can only play for the first time one time. But I know it sounds obvious, but it has a meaning, like it really is the first time when you play that you get the real feels. That's why reaction videos are so, I think, so nice. Because you get to see how people react to the first time they see something. And I think that goes to show if you played Ace Combat 5, when a certain character, something really bad happens to him, I cried. That was a very strong moment the first time. Now I can laugh about it. But the first time was quite strong. And so I don't want you guys, people who have been waiting the game for over 10 years. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. Since Ace Combat 6. I don't want you guys to miss that magic of seeing the first time. And new players as well, even if you haven't been waiting for such a long time, you might want to see it for the first time by yourself. So I'm gonna say what a YouTuber normally doesn't say. Maybe I'm the first one. Probably not. That is, don't watch my videos. Seriously, play the game Then you can check my videos later. You can see my reaction or just see the gameplay. But do it for yourself first. It has a very different feeling. So what I'm gonna do, I will absolutely try to avoid all story spoilers prior to the release of the game, and that goes to almost anything. And of course, I'll continue doing my theory videos, but I'll make them very clear they are theory, they're not facts. So here's what I'm gonna do. Whenever I get the chance of uploading videos about Ace Combat 7, which I will, I have to. You know that's gonna happen. I have to do it. If it's a mission, a regular mission, I'll have like very neutral thumbnails where you don't see anything that spoils the story. So here's an example from Ace Combat 0. If it's say like mission 18, this is the kind of thumbnail you would see. Like, you really can't tell anything. You can see the aircraft I'm flying, and you can see maybe the kind of weather, but that's it. You don't see anything about the story or any special plane or in any event. You don't even see the captions. And I will avoid using, I won't avoid, I will totally not be using something like this, which totally ruins the game. And even if you don't watch the video, you see the thumbnail and you get the story, and it's like, oh, I wish I had not known that. So that's what I'll be trying to avoid. I will avoid, actually. When Ace Combat 7 comes out, seriously, play the game for yourself first. I highly recommend. And for the names of my videos, like the titles and all of that, if it's a regular mission of the story, I will have it. Like, Ace Combat 7 mission, 10, and the name of the mission. If the name of the mission gives some detail away, I can't do anything about that, because it's literally the name of the mission. That's the worst thing I would do, is put the name of the mission. But I'll just put the regular title of the mission, because really, it's the story. It has the name of the mission and the number. It's already implied. Spoilers will be there, and you can watch if you want to. But the thumbnail will have nothing like that could give the plot away. And in terms of other videos, like lore videos, because I will do them, I have to do them. The first thing that I'll put in the title is spoilers, if there are spoilers, like important spoilers in the video. I won't give a warning in the video, but the title will have it. And I'll also be doing the same thing with the thumbnail. I'll avoid putting spoilers in the thumbnail. I know I could use those clickbaity thumbnails, but this is not what it's here for. Like, seriously, it's for the respect I have for you guys. I could get more views, but I don't care. I think the respect is more important at this time. We've been waiting for a long time. So the thumbnails will be very neutral to the topic. So I want to make sure you guys enjoy the game as best as possible, especially the PC people, because they're going to get the game 2 weeks after. So I don't want yourselves to die. And I know a lot of people use YouTube for other things other than Ace Combat, and I don't want to spoil you guys. Now, of course, I'm not sure what other people will do. Other creators, especially those outside of the Ace Combat community, they will probably spoil. So just be aware. But my channel will at least be a safe zone in terms of spoilers. After 2 weeks after the game is released on PC, so like mid-February, I will remove the spoiler warnings in the titles and all. But that should give you guys plenty of time to catch up with the story by yourself in the game. For the new players, if you still haven't decided if you're gonna buy Ace Combat 7 or not, then sure, you can watch the first few missions, but I think, my opinion is, as soon as you say, okay, I'm buying this game, stop watching. Seriously, you don't want to ruin that moment for you. Take my advice. And for other Ace Combat content creators, I hope that you do somewhat of a similar approach to what I'm doing, like a spoiler policy. It doesn't have to be the same. Just do it your own way. I just think that avoiding spoilers would be nice. And one way I will be avoiding spoilers by myself is in the main campaign of Ace Combat 7. I will pre-record the videos and publish them on YouTube. I was really thinking if I should do a live stream playing the story, but then there's the risk someone in the live stream in the chat will tell what's gonna happen, and that's gonna ruin the fun for me. So I don't want to run that risk. And also, it's worth saying that I will actually be recording in English and Portuguese, and then doing with commentary, and then doing a playthrough without commentary in English and Portuguese, and I'm even thinking about Japanese. It's another story. So, in all likelihood, other people will be able to finish the playthrough faster than I do, and then they could potentially spoil for me. So I'll be doing by myself, doing recording, not on a live stream. And at least for the time Ace Combat 7 gets released, I'll be avoiding the comments, reading the comments, just because I don't want to get myself spoiled. Sorry, I think this is for the greater good. I mean, overall, everything. But I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. I really emphasize you should see the story by yourself playing the first time. I think your experience with Ace Combat would definitely be greater that way. And, come watch my videos after you're done. Seriously, no problem, no hard feelings. I encourage you to explore it by yourself. And my channel in the end will be a safe place from spoilers. I cannot guarantee that for other people or other websites, but at least I'm doing my part, and that's kind of what I care about. So anyways, that is my spoiler policy. If you have any questions, please let me know. And please enjoy Ace Combat 7 when it gets released. It's supposed to be some good stuff.